And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. For today's podcast episode, I'm going to be reviewing a short film that just made its way into the indie space and everything over at the HollyShorts Film Festival. That's a little festival that I'm actually a part of, reviewing some films and also interviewing some other directors and things like that. So, I'm also going to have this director on tonight at 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific Time. But before I bring him on, before I actually do this interview, I just got done watching his film, and that film is actually called Second. Second follows two sisters, Sybil and Sasha, both played by Hernandez, who try to come to terms with their differences only to discover a haunting supernatural tragedy. This movie is actually directed by Carl Richter. I just want to say this. This film is different and unique in some ways that I haven't seen in short films before. And I mean that in a positive way because of the fact that you're dealing with two sisters, and you can definitely tell that there's a sister bond type of relationship whenever you look at the twin sisters and stuff like that. Also, too, there's also a supernatural effect, though, too, with this film, like the synopsis actually says. But at the same time, I liked how the two sisters are actually talking to each other on their phones and stuff like that. And one sister is talking to the other, and I liked how there's this camera angle of this white painting. Well, not white painting, but this white background of her, and basically she's talking to her twin sister on the phone. She's sitting down, and she goes, "I hear waves in the background. Are you near the beach?" or something to that effect. But I liked how they play that narrative down to where you see the waves going against the shore and everything. I thought that was really pretty cool to actually have that effect and everything. And then also too, when you look at this and everything, is dealing with a tragedy. Number one, with two twin sisters. Also, two, even dealing with the death of one of the sisters, and that's what I feel like this actually does. Is it actually connects with being a twin in a certain way. Like what I'm thinking is this: it shows even if you're a twin or different, you can be, but there's still a connection. Like at the big, she says, "I love it how I don't need to tell you anything," and the other, like, "I don't." And you see, to me, there's that twin kind of relationship where you don't have to be in the same room to feel a certain emotion, because you're actually tied in with this other twin that feels your emotions, that knows your emotions, knows how you think in a certain way. And also, too, they actually have this very special connection to where they can even bond in a sense to where they can actually pick up on each other's emotions. They can sense other things. I liked how they play the narrative off of that. And then also, too, when one of the twins is actually going through something and things like that, you're not sure where it's going or anything like that. There's actually some scenes where it's kind of where it's like flashes of different things happening within this film. And then next thing you know, it's like one of the twins winds up having where Sybil, or I think Sybil's the one who actually has those kind of things going on with her. And you don't know why these episodes are actually happening. You see this whole entire episode where she's basically misplacing certain objects and things like that when she's having these episodes. This I don't know, it's PTSD. I don't know what's going on with her. This type of paranormal effect that she's having, and basically there's items that's being taken out of the drawer. You see the apartment just totally in disarray and everything, so you don't have a clue at what it's actually going or doing or anything like that. So that was actually a pretty neat thing that they actually covered with that. But like I said, I think even in death, when it comes down to a twin dying or passing, even in death, there, just because you're dead or anything like that doesn't mean that you lose that bond with your sister or anything like that, because of the fact that when someone passes away, you wind up still having that close connection with somebody. And I think that's what the story is actually trying to tell. Also, too, I want to mention this as well, and this is actually part of the notes. And it's about when one is in pain, the other feels something, like I mentioned before. But maybe it's the visualization of when of twins connection. There is no way to quantize it, but maybe it's the director's way of doing it. And when one is gone, like I mentioned before, the connection will always remain, but that's what I'm actually going off of and speculating right now. And at first, I thought they were going with like a split personality effect and stuff like that, and maybe the sister doesn't actually exist. Maybe this is actually what's inside Sybil's head. That's what I was actually going thinking at first, but then I thought, I don't think that's actually what they're going for or anything like that. So I'm thinking of it another way of with the twins with the connection, and when one person dies, they still have that connection, and it's a conceptual pieces trying to show what is a twins connection, and when you show that is not showable, things can tend to be weird. Also too, another thing that I want to mention is there is a supernatural effect that happens within this film itself, and it looks like this static kind of thing, and that's also what I'm thinking where that connection comes from, is this whole entire thing where you see this effect happen and you hear a bunch of static noises and things like that, and also too it shows the pain, the emotion of losing that twin, and that twin is actually acting on that pain and grieving process of losing someone that she's close to, and knowing that that person's not there. So I'm thinking that it's in some type of a supernatural realm where it's hard to get over your twin passing away, and therefore you still have that connection. But that's just me thinking thing things to a different type of uh different level than I normally do. But I like the fact that this film's only 10 minutes long, and within 10 minutes, you're actually glued into not knowing a lot about the background of some of the characters and stuff like that. But what you're dialed into is the story and the narrative of someone losing someone that's close to them, that is no longer there, and maybe having that connection with that person. And everybody grieves in their own way. Everybody has their own process of grieving. So this is what I'm thinking of the whole entire deal is. I'm thinking that all these pieces that we're seeing whenever it shows the flashes of different scenes in this film is just her way of trying to piece together, trying to put together her life back again because of the stuff that she's missing her sister. And there's that connection that's still there. And then that pain and that reminder of that supernatural effect is the reminder of the fact that she still has that connection and that she's still in pain and she's trying to grieve and get over it. But that's just me thinking a little bit differently with it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. This is a little bit shorter than what I normally do, but I hope that you guys enjoy it. Tonight at 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific Time, I will have the director on here talking about this film, and maybe he can actually explain a little bit more in detail on their narrative of the film and things like that. But from me, as an artistic standpoint, this is what I think. But just because that's what I think does not necessarily mean that's what the director is thinking. But I'm interested to know what he has to say about this film. So with that being said, guys, go on ahead and do me this one favor. Go on ahead, head over to the YouTube channel and everything right now, and smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, smash that share button, and also smash that little bell in the bottom right hand corner to let you guys know when we have something new. Matter of fact, we just dropped a Stranger Things season 4 trailer reaction that I just did the other day, and also yesterday I dropped a Cobra Kai season 4 trailer reaction that's actually on our YouTube channel right now. Like I said, I'm gonna have the director with me tonight. And then, of course, if you guys want to, go on ahead and donate to the victims of Louisiana right now who were infected by Hurricane Ida. And you can actually grab a Sensei. All the proceeds go over to the victims of Hurricane Ida and things like that. And of course, if you guys want to, go on ahead and donate to the page. How do you guys do that? You're just going ahead, head over to gofundme.com/movie lovers podcast. And that's how you go ahead and donate to the page. But we understand that maybe the pandemic or something in your life has taken a toll on you. That's perfectly fine. Just a simple like, simple share, simple subscribe goes a long way, and also smashing the bell allows you to know that when we're doing something new. So that's perfectly fine. Another thing too I want to mention is the fact that you guys need to go ahead, download the Good Pods app. It's a great place to actually interact with us. It's a great place if you're into podcasting, or if you're not into, and if you're also someone that podcasts yourselves. It's a great place to actually see where you're at with your audiences and everything, so that way they can actually leave you a review of each individual episode to allow you to figure out what you need to work on, what you don't need to work on, and stuff like that. It's a great app. I strongly recommend it. Then, of course, guys, you guys can go on ahead and follow me underneath Movie Lovers Unit on Twitter as well, and also too on Facebook at Movie Lovers TV Lovers Unite over there, underneath the same brand name on Instagram and on Pinterest as well. Of course, if you want an audio only podcast episode of this show and the many things that we do here at Movie Lovers Unite, you guys can get that wherever you guys get your podcast from. And then, of course, if you want to reach to me at Movie Lovers Unite at gmail.com, go ahead, reach out to me over there. And then, of course, you can also go ahead and follow me underneath TikTok, underneath Movie Lovers Unit 001. I do some promotional stuff there from time to time. And always until next time, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. I can't wait to do this again. And thank you so much for making this a part of your day.